Today's look is giving off summerween vibes. I mean, shirt and all, I am like full on theme. And I love this look so much. And I created it with the new palette from Dede's Signature, the Lioness Heart. So this is a collaboration between Dede's Signature and the Eyescream Beauty Box. And so far I've created one look with it. And as usual, I do plan on doing another. And oh my god, you guys, I've had so much fun with this already. This is so beautiful and fun, and I'm excited to have it in my hands. This look was so much fun to create, and can you believe that this crease, this matte crease, is one shade? Like, that's a good matte, you know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, my name is Heather, and I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. And if you love those things too, I hope you will subscribe. Click the little bell so you can be reminded of all my future uploads. I am feeling bright and vibrant today, living my best summerween life, and I've had so much fun, like I said, creating this look. It is such a freaking vibe. In my opinion, the highlight, everything, it's just, it makes me so happy. I love it with my whole entire heart. But let's actually talk about the palette. So this was available in the July Eyescream Beauty Box. I am a subscriber. That is how I got this one. I did pay for this myself, although I am an affiliate of Dede's Signature, proudly so. I do have a code. It is AOML, and it will save you 10% if you are interested in using it. But I also do pick up the Eyescream Beauty Box, and that is how I got this palette. I do like the box, and if I didn't collect products pretty rapidly because of my YouTube channel, I think that would be my favorite box. But I do have a really large collection, so the reason I get it is because sometimes there are like new launches, like new palette launches like this one in it, and all of the other products I get that don't add to my collection for one reason or another, usually because they're like really cool things like single shadows and like special things like that. I usually just save them and put them in my giveaway basket. That way I can have giveaways more often. I do that with my Eyescream Beauty Box and my BoxyCharm. And it still works out. I get to keep what I want and just save the other stuff. But I will say, out of all the subscription boxes that I've tried, the Eyescream Beauty Box is the best. And they do use like mostly indie brands, C beauty brands, stuff like that, and I love that. K Beauty as well. They're an awesome box. They do bags as well. If you guys are interested, I'll link the palette, Dede's Signature site, and the Eyescream Beauty site down below. I do not have a code for them, but yeah, just all the information will be down below. But this palette retails for $39.99, and it is beautiful. So you get what, 12 shades here. You have like an array of beautiful matte tones, cool tones, warm tones. You have some like really high shine shimmers. There's some duos in here. I think this one is a multi-chrome. It's like a mix of these two shades. It's so pretty. Like I said, I've had a blast, and I cannot wait to create more with it as well, because it's just such a fun palette. But before we get into look number one, I did want to compare it to the other collab palette that she did with Miriam Tutorials, because off the top of my head, there are some similar shades, so I want to see just how similar they are, and you'll be getting my first impression on that right now. The reason I was thinking that is probably because of the red. Let me show you what they look like together, like side by side. They're different, completely different palettes. The red, I think, and the orange is what was making me go there. So this is the palette that I'm reviewing today, And here beside it we have the collab palette. So even those shades of red are completely different. And what else can we do? Okay, so this shade down here. This one I can tell by looking at it is like more brown leaning, but you could use it with the purple because as you can see it has like a slight purple tone. And then you have the one from Miriam's palette, which is more of like that sooty type of shade, definitely leaning more on that purple side, whereas this one is leaning more on the brown side. So those are different as well. And then the only other two things would be the shimmer Fearless Tide that is in the palette that I'm reviewing now, and then you have Tidal Wave in Miriam's palette now. So this is the one from Miriam's palette, really beautiful, and then this is the one from the Lioness. They are different. This one has like a more purpley shift to it. This one has like a softer like yellow, and I don't know, it's different, more like seafoam. I see a lilac. This one's like green to blue. And then last would be those lighter shades. So this is the shade Tender Roar from the Lioness palette. Really, really pretty. And then we have Pearly Glow. And those are different as well. But I did just want to come on and compare them in case you guys had similar thoughts as well. But now that that's over, let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. Even I can admit the blush and highlight combo is a lot, but I think once the look is done, it will make sense. So for that, I did the blush from Cosmic Beauty in the shade, I don't know the shade, but it's their Blush Butter formula. So this came in the Sinister Mystery Box collection. I don't know if you can still get the blush. I'll check real quick and let you guys know, but I know this one you can't. So this is the shade Cryostasis. This was from Teresa's Dad's collab with Lethal, and this is the blush that started my love for purple blush, and I love it. But the cream blush is really good too because it stays purple. Like, you know, some they turn kind of pink. This one does not. It stays purple, and I love that. But I mean, I have a bunch of discontinued products on the cheeks, I guess, because I needed an orange highlighter, and I don't have very many of those, so let me know your favorites down below. But this one is beautiful, but unfortunately, it's no longer available either because it's about cosmetics. This was their last launch. Like, I got this in the mail, like, the day before, or like 2 days after they announced they were closing their brand. So I didn't end up reviewing it on my channel because of that, but it's so beautiful. The palette was beautiful too, but this highlighter is no freaking joke. And I did look to see if I could find any on MERCARI, and there is one. I'll link it down below in case you guys are interested, but it's really good. Okay, so actually the Cosmic Beauty blush is available, and it's the shade Heroine, and it's on sale for $9. They actually all are, and I love this formula. So they have 5 different shades available. My favorites are the shade Nutmeg, which is like this beautiful like grungy orange shade, and this shade that I already showed you. But on my lips, all I have right now is the lip oil. This one from Fenty. It's the Fenty Ice, and it's in the shade Cucumber. It's not my favorite personally. I'm using it because I spent my money on it. It looks beautiful, but it's like cooling, but it reminds me of a foot mask on your lips, and that's just not my vibe, you know? But it is what it is. Some people like it, so it might be your thing, but it's not my favorite. So I'm excited to create a look with this palette, and the look I have in mind is something a little different than something I've done. You know, I'm so drawn to this section, like making that a look. I guess it would help if I showed you, but this section, like trying to make that a look, but I do stuff like that all the time. So I'm not doing it, at least not in this look. Probably not in the next either, because I'm trying to make myself do something a bit different, but we're just gonna go from there. So I'm gonna start out with the E06, and we're gonna dip in deep, you know? So we're gonna start with this shade, Mama's Courage. She has been killing it with the palettes lately. This was the collab with Eyescream Beauty Box. I'm sure I'll mention that in the intro, but it is still available on the Dede Signature website. So when it's a deeper shade like this, I like to start on the outer corner because that's where I want the most depth, and then I'll lightly pack it in to the inner corner as well, but there won't be as much pigment left on the brush. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and do the lower lash line where we're working with such deep colors. So I'm going to use the E11. My eyes are already watering today, so fingers crossed they work with me. I'm just going to work on building this up a little more in the crease. Just a little bit. Trying to get that eye to stop the watering. Please. Don't do this to me again today. But I'm going to switch to the E08. And I'm going to work on blending this out. Starting in the inner corner while it has no like pigment on the brush. I will say, like, her matte formula is awesome because it's really pigmented, so it does work on those deeper skin tones, but at the same time you can blend and get a nice blend on a lighter skin tone like mine. I am like ghostly pale white, you know, so I love that about them. I mean, that's a pretty good blend, but I will like go in with the E08 and just keep blending and adding until I get it like up higher and get the blend like smooth and beautiful. I think I'm going to switch to the E03 and then work on blending this up while adding more and more pigment. Because this is my base shade, but I do have to work in smaller increments because I don't want it to like get to be too much. Now you could just use the pink to blend this out, but it's not going to go with what I want to do today, so I decided to just go with the purple. There's also like a cooler toned purple you could use as a base situation that would work too. Like I said, they blend very nicely. Like, that's a deep shade. Just to see it in its full capacity, like, that's a really deep shade, especially on me, but it did work out. So we're gonna blend this because I saw it needed a little more finesse. But I want to dip in to the shade Rooted Love, which is like a brown, but it does look like it has like a kind of plummish undertone to it, which means it can work with a lot of these other shades. I'm going to compare these, this palette with the Golden Tides as well at some point. I might have already done it because I might do it in the intro, because I can see some similarities, at least in my mind from what I'm remembering of the Golden Tides. Maybe it's that red and orange that's making me think that, but we will see. But I'm just packing that on here and in the crease. And there's a reason I'm using this shade and not like one of the others, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Kind of explain my thought process. And I think that might be good for now. This crease situation was pretty easy. The only thing I want to do is add that Rooted Love down here as well. And then just use that E04 to like blend that out, that highlight. Oh, it's so pretty. But now I want to take a makeup wipe. I know, like, you shouldn't use these on your eyes, and typically I don't use these on my face at all. I only use them for swatches unless I'm doing something like this. I just want to clear myself a path here and take off the purple all the way across this time. And I'm going to let that dry for a second and then cover it with concealer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that I got the concealer on, I want to go in with the next shade, and I'm excited. Let's just use the brush I use for the concealer, which is this shading brush from BH Cosmetics, and I want to go into Sunlit Strength, because why not? We all need a little strength. And I'm just going to place this on the lid. That's why I had to take the purple off of most of it, because I didn't want it to muddy up, and why I used that more brown leaning shade that would work with the orange and the purple in the outer corner, because I knew the two would blend well together. And this is a fun combo, one that I don't do very often at all. So I am so excited to be doing this. So I'm going in with the E04, and I'm using that deep brown shade, Rooted Love. And we're just gonna make sure this is all nice and blended. And I'm really excited for this combo, like I said. But I'm gonna dip back into Mama's Courage, because I feel like I lost some of that purple out here, and I want to bring it back. I might have went in with a little bit too much, but it'll blend out. I think this is going to end up being like really cool. So I don't know exactly what shimmers I'm going to do just yet, but I do have an idea. I'm just trying to figure out what to do for the inner corner. I wish there was a different, like, iridescent type of shade, you know what I mean? But there isn't, so I'll figure it out. So to start, we're doing the CLIONADH Shine On, and I'm just putting some on the back of my hand, and I'm going to tap it on the lid. Actually, I think I need to bring this orange over just a little bit more, because I do like it when my shimmers kind of go over to like here, and I want that orange to peek through. Okay, so now this shade is a little more like less shimmery than the others, but it is still like really beautiful, and I'm excited. I was even thinking about maybe some of this shade, but I don't know if that would work, so I might do that somewhere else. But we're going to start with Lioness Fire. You know, I love any excuse for anything fiery, so I am so down for this shade. And with the highlight, and I really don't need anything for the inner corner, because this is giving, this should be plenty. Then I'll take that little CLIONADH brush and just use some of this for down here too. This is so fun. Okay, so I also think I want to do some of this shade. This shade is so freaking beautiful. It's like a mix of those two. Would be such a pretty look, especially with this shade on the inner corner or something. Every part of me wants to do that, but I don't know if I'm going to or not. Because like I said, I know I do those a lot, but there's a reason. They always make such pretty combos. But I want to put some of this shade, Protective Glow. Is that what it says? Yes. make it sparkle down here. That's so pretty. I love this. I cannot wait to see what it looks like when it's all together. I think it's beautiful. And now I do feel like the highlight makes more sense. Actually, let's pop a little bit of that highlight in the inner corner. Why not? We're here. So I'm going to do that on this LO2 from Blend Bunny and Lens Makeup. Oh yeah. Yes. I would love to see Dede Signature do some highlighters. Love to. I think she could do it, some great, like, formulas. So I would love to try them. But I love this. I love it so much. It's so beautiful. But I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I am back with the finished look, and I love it so much. I'm so glad I decided to do the purple with the pop of orange in the lips. It is the Tiaz lip combo from Lunar Beauty. It's one of my favorite orange lipsticks, especially when I want something more vibrant. And it's just a really comfortable formula, wears beautifully. One of my favorites. But I love this so much. It's so fun. And I love the blazer with the t-shirt underneath. It's kind of like relaxed but a little businessy. I think the overall vibe is really cute. So for liner, I did 3. I did Exit in the front, and I went over that with the orange from Glisten, and in the back I did Vice from Urban Decay. And for lashes, on the top I did Milk. This is the Kush mascara, and on the bottom I did the Lash Idole Flutter from Lancome. And I did the Flutter lashes from the discontinued Bright Lashes. But I love this. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts. It's something different. It's giving Halloween, which is why I did put on a spooky shirt. I mean, you can't really see it now, but you saw it in the intro. But all that to say, I'm thrilled. I've had so much fun with this so far. I cannot wait to play with it again tomorrow. But let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. So you could probably tell by my base what direction this look is going in, because I just can't help myself and all that talk I did yesterday. So on the cheeks, I have the Nirvana blush on from Unearthly Cosmetics. This was a part of their Valentine's Day mystery box, the Charmer collection. So I love it. I hope they come out with it again and bring out that same shade, maybe some more shades as well, because I do think it's beautiful. But for highlight, I have on a combo. So I did the Moonlighter from Black Moon Cosmetics. I think it's Black Moon, but it's in the shade Cat Shark. I'll have it linked down below. But in the very inner part, I did the shade Green Goddess from Bella Beauty Bar. I'm having a moment, you guys. I'm on new medicine and I'm lagging today. So this one is so pretty. I really thought I wouldn't like it, which I told some of you guys about before. But it's so just gorgeous on the skin and thin, like you can see through it. I thought that it would be like have a white base, but it like a white cast, but it doesn't. It's truly stunning. And on the lips, I'm excited that I get to wear this lipstick again. It is from Menagerie. It is their Velvet Liquid Lipstick. Now, I don't think it's velvet. It's more liquid lipstick than anything, but I love this color. It is in the shade Aurelia, I think. But it's beautiful. I love it. I have several shades of their formula. It's really nice. It's not my favorite. Unearthly is my favorite, but I do like that one as well. For lip liners, I did Edgy from Jolie Beauty, and then I did Muted Mauve from ABH. I just did like a combo to try to make it deep enough for the shade, and it worked out just fine. So I did white pigment, the color and cover from Dive Rune for eye primer on this eye, and I'm excited to dive into this look because I did some thinking today. Doesn't happen often, but I do think I have a plan for this look and I'm excited. So the reason I did the white base is because I want this to be my base shade, and I really want that bright green to show through. So that's what we're going with. I'm so excited because my Adept palette will be here tomorrow. I cannot wait to play with it. It's going to be so much fun. But we're going to start with this shade. What's it called? Hopeful Dawn. And she is pigmented. I expected nothing less. I'm probably going to end up switching over to the E03. But, I mean, look at that. And I do like her formula because you can do light to dark or dark to light. It's not one of those like more finicky types of formulas, you know what I mean? You can do either or. But I switched over to the E03 and now we're just going to work on blending this up. This is going to be such a fun look. At least I think so. And I'm just going to blend this kind of up high. Try to cover up as much of that white as I can. I just love these like bright green shades. They're so exciting. I am not going to mess with the bottom. I almost did. But I'm doing something else on the bottom. So I'm going to leave that alone for this second. But I'm just using that E06 to really pack on that color now, to build it up to its like highest intensity. And I think I also want to use the E01 to put some in my inner corner. Also, Angelica Nikovas has another trip coming up, and then this one is for Spain, and it's for May. I think I am going to try to go if I can swing it. But I would like to go. I did want to let you guys know about it. I'll link her video where she talks about it down below in case you guys are interested too. But the one I went on to Greece was so freaking fun. Could not recommend it more. Okay, now let's move on. We're going to do Cub's Gaze, this like deeper green shade. And I'm going to use the same E06. Just going to clean it off on my Sigma switch. And we're going to deepen up. Those two together are delicious. Because this one is kind of more on the murky side. But on that green, it kind of brightens it even more. Which is really fun. I want the depth of it to go like about half. This is building up really quickly. I might actually go ahead and switch and do the lower lash line. That way I can get the shape right. So let's do that. I'm trying to remember what I wanted to do. Okay, so using the E04, I want to go into the shade Steady Grace. And I'm just going to run this along most of the lower lash line, pretty much all the way across. I don't know if these two shades will muddy up because I'd kind of like to have that green in the inner corner. This shade is like kind of like a dusty mauve-y shade. So I like to do that to see if they'll work, and it looks like they will. So let me go ahead and wrap that green around. That way I'm not bringing in that deep purple. It will really set off the dark circles under my eyes, and that's the last thing I need. Especially today. My eyes are so red. Amanda was like, you shouldn't film today. I'm like, girl, I need to. This is my lifeline, you know? It's my joy, my happiness. But I just wanted to dust that along the lower lash line. I kind of want it a little more blurred than that. So I'm going to use the Singe Beauty E05 and pick some of it up and just tap the excess off. And then use this to blend that out and bring it down a little bit lower. Because I really want that more blended out. Because I will be deepening it up. But for now, I think that should be okay. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go back in over here with the E06. Now that I've gotten that lower lash line situation laid down. And just start working on getting this blended out and in the correct shape. Okay, so I do think, even though this is deep, like, don't really need to add anything else, honestly. Actually, I need a blend right here. I got some lines. But I do want to use the shade Rooted Love. And I'm going to do just a little bit of that on E27. And just blend this out. I'm thinking I might use that deep purple to like darken up down here. But I might wait till I do the shimmers just to see like what it looks like. And if it will really go with the look. You know what I mean? Using the Shine On from CLIONADH. Did you see they launched a new all shimmer palette? And it's so pretty. Honestly, if I had the money to spend on it right now, I'd probably buy it. But I know I'd be buying it just to have and use like off camera. I don't like do reviews typically on all shimmer palettes simply because I need a matte. You know what I mean? So I just don't even do it. But I do think it's beautiful. Now, I'm so excited about this shimmer, you guys. I love it. I told you guys about it yesterday, how it just really ties these two shades together so well. And that's what we're using on most of the lid. And it's so pretty. I cannot. I literally just cannot even stand it. Is it not just so delicious? I'm taking it out here kind of far because I kind of want it to wrap around. But I'll use the deeper shades to really blend, you know what I mean? But now I was trying to decide earlier when I was swatching on my hand, trying to figure out the look I wanted to create. We have these two shades, and this one is like so pretty because it's green, but it has like this beautiful like mauve-y base that's so pretty. And I know I want to use this like inner corner, but we also have this shade, Fearless Tide, and I was wondering if I should do that one too. But now looking at them, I'm thinking I should just do the shade Thunder Roar, which was that first one. It's so pretty. So we'll do that, and then we'll figure out what's going to happen with the lower lash line. But this shade is freaking insane. They both are. This palette is beautiful. Dede's Signature is no joke. Like, they are doing the most. They became one of my top favorite brands. I'm just so happy for them. Oh, it's so pretty. Now, I need an E01 so we can tap some of this in the inner corner. And I am going to spray this. Her shimmer formula is like the best it's ever been right now. It's so good. They're so beautiful and reflective. They're not too emollient. Like, they're so good. She's done such a good job, like, just leveling up with every launch. It just keeps getting better and better, and it's insane. I'm going to take some of that green on my brush, because you see I kind of messed up a little there. But I just want to blend all that. But this is delicious. Okay, then I'll take more of that deep brown on the same brush, the E27. And we'll do a little blending here. Now the question is, do I want to add that? It could be cool, you know what I mean? And it wouldn't be a lot. It would just be a little bit. Am I talking myself into it? Possibly. Let's do it. First, I'm gonna just deepen this up a little and smoke this out just a little more. I just feel like it needs more. Really just make it go out and bridge into that. This squeaky chair is driving me insane. Then I'll go into that purple Mama's Courage on an E07. And we'll just use this to line that waterline. Now, the question is, do we put something on the lower lash line? I think we should at least do like some of that that really light shade we did here, Thunder Roar. So I'm going to use this little CLIONADH brush. Ooh, I picked up way too much. I love that. I'll let it dry and then I'll use my brush to kind of blend it out a little, but I want to try to get as minimal fallout as possible. But honestly, it's really, sorry about the noise, it's really not bad, the fallout, but I love this so much. I think it's so beautiful. I'm gonna go finish it off camera and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I am back with the finished look. Honestly, it's like 3 hours later. I got caught up on a phone call, but is this not so pretty? I love it so much. It's giving me the purple and green that I needed so bad, and I think it's so beautiful. I love it, obviously. So for liner, I did Exit in the waterline. Then I went over it with the Spectra purple. And then the Glisten Spectra liner in the shade purple. Then I went back over the inner part with the Exit again, like layered. So it would be deeper in the outer, lighter in the inner. And I really like the effect that gave. My hair is looking crazy and everything now. But did I lose everything else I used? That's the question. I put everything else away. I don't know what I was thinking. But for mascara, I used the Bad Gal Bang. And I used my lashes in the style Flutter from Bright Lashes. And they're beautiful. I love them. I hate that they're discontinued though, so I shouldn't really say how much I love them, should I? But I think it's pretty obvious. I had so much fun with this palette. I think the theming, the artwork, and everything on this one is just so beautiful, and I love the color story. It's so fun and vibrant, but you could create some really fun looks. You could do quick looks. I showed you like how well these mattes blend like a dream. Even the deeper shades you can use on their own. Truly just such a great palette. So the only shades I did not use in this palette are this shade and the red shade. So I still need to try them out, but this is the really good Dede signature formula that I am used to, that I love, and I'm so happy that I picked this up. But you guys are gonna have to let me know like what you thought of the looks, which one was your favorite, and did you pick this up or not? Are you a subscriber of the Eyescream Beauty Box? I would love to hear your thoughts on that box too, because like I said, I really do enjoy it a lot. But if you guys have not subscribed yet, I really hope you will. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does mean a lot. And until next time, bye.